the get home bag. Why you need it, what is it for, what does it do, and how do you put one together. This is mine. This is a VanQuest Trident 20 Generation 2 backpack. It is very high quality. It is not cheap. Guys, you should always keep a get home bag in your car, or, you know, close by to where you know you're going to be, where you can get to it fast. My whole thing about it is, I, try to think, I'm not going to bring this thing with me every single day. It's got a lot of gear in it. Some of it's expensive, and some of it isn't my actual EDC gear. So what you'll see is this is not my everyday carry backpack. That's different. That's over there. We'll show the differences in a minute. But this is a bag that you can have just in case of an emergency. You could throw this in the wife's car. Guys, you could throw this in your kid's car. She's going to college, he or she's going to college. Car goes off in a snowbank. They're miles and hours away from any, where tow trucks can't get out there. What are you going to do? You don't have the proper tools and equipment. So knowledge is the best tool you can have. So guys, just pay attention. This is going to be all stuff you could definitely use. This is more of an urban type of bag. It's not really bushcraft stuff or anything like that. This is Hard City Raindrops. I'm Will, and we're going to get into it. So stick around, and I'll see you on the other side, and we will take a look at the bag and all the stuff inside of it. So just some of the features I want to show you on this backpack. As far as like the shoulder straps go, this is a really comfortable backpack, but if you're not used to hiking with this bag, you haven't tried it out, and you just think you're just going to load this thing up with 10 to 12 pounds of gear and walk 20 miles, you got another thing coming to you. So make sure you try your load out, walk around the house with it for a couple minutes, try it out, go hike through the woods with it, and try your gear out, test your stuff out. So don't load this stuff up with cheap gear you get at Walmart and say, oh, I'm ready for this apocalypse. It's just not how it works. It's get good gear, spend good money, and get stuff that's worth a damn when things just go bad. So right off the gate on the shoulder straps, which are really comfortable, they do hurt because this is loaded out, but after a while it's going to make your shoulders sore. But like I said, train and a lot of guys you see these preppers, they're overweight, they don't train their skin. You gotta train and prepare. Or you could have all the gear in the world. If you don't run and hike and train your body and your mind, you're not going to get far. That's just how it is. So anyway, right off the gate here, you'll see this little thing here has a whistle, which is convenient for just a whistle. What's a whistle do? It makes noise. It's great to have. It's right there. It's easy. Bang. On this side of the shoulder here, you're gonna see I have just my, oops, sorry about my hand there, my arm's getting a little tired. I just have my knife, and this is a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This is a very good knife to just keep on a get home bag that you don't really use a lot. But whatever knife I had in my pocket at the time on that day is what knife is probably going to go here. Like I said, a lot of my EDC gear is going to be attached to this bag because my EDC gear is always what I have with me at all times. So whatever I have, this backpack is going to come with me if I'm going farther away, like I said. But so I'm going to switch some of the things into it and do what I have to do. On this side right here, you're just going to see quick access to an O-light. This is a good O-light. This is the M2T Warrior. It's used for self-defense. It's 1200 lumens. It's super bright. It's got the crown bezel. It's got the strobe, all the different features, and it's got a silent click, so you can't hear it. It's very awesome. It's very tactical, whatever you may call it. So I just keep that right up there, and that's pretty much it for the shoulders. Quick access. I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. We've seen the shoulder straps on body. Like I said, I keep the flashlight, the knife on the other side. Let's talk about some of the things that are quick, easy access from the outside of the backpack. Let me get focused in on there. What you'll see right here is just a water bottle. The reason why I keep a water bottle there, and this is empty, this is always there, and I always have a few of these empty smart water bottles in my car and around. The reason for these type of bottles is because the Sawyer water filter fits right on the top of that screw, and they're better bottles. It's just your normal plastic water bottles. if this was going to be a 72 longer than 72-hour bag, I would use some kind of a cooking system. But like I said, this is a bag that's going to get you from one point to the next point safely and efficiently. So it's not really going to have cooking stuff and camping stuff and all that in it. All right, so let's get into what's next. Over here, I'm going to keep a nice fixed blade knife. If I can get it out of there. Oh, okay. So, and this is just your steel wheel, drill at 265, and it's got a green lanyard on there to easy visibility. And that's just a fixed blade to, you know, for more or less self-defense. In a bug out situation, or I'm sorry, a get home situation, more or less I'm going to strap this onto my belt. So probably won't be there, but that's just where I store it, just for, you know, that's where I keep it just in case, so I know where it's at. But most likely that's going to go on my hip with my firearm. Alright, so next inside here we're going to get into some communication stuff. Oops. So opening up this, I just keep a Bofang. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the Uden. My Bofang, I have a buddy using it right now. He's going to try to figure out what's wrong with it. But anyway, this is the one I have in here for now. I do have a better one, but this is just a radio. It's not, you know, you just pick up different frequencies on it and stuff and listen in. It's also got a busted antenna, but it does work. I'm working on getting a different radio set up. I want one that has the foil around it in case an EMP. So if anybody has any recommended radios, please leave in the comments, and I appreciate that. Along with the radio, I keep my Right in the Rain notepad book, just in case somebody is broadcasting directions or where to go or where to stay away from. It's important to write that stuff down. I keep it in a Right in the Rain notebook, so you can obviously write in the rain. And I also wrote down some popular frequencies for my area, local police and fire and EMS in here. So they go along with that, and you can listen in to what the cops and the fire and the EMS are doing. Generally where they're going is where you want to stay away from. So your main goal, your main objective is to get yourself away from harm, not go towards it. So anything else in here is just pens, but these are all Right in the Rain Fisher Space pens. They will work well with this notepad. This is a Fisher Space. This is a zebra pen, but it has a Fisher Space filler on it. And then this also has a Fisher Space filler, but this is a tactical pen. Has your carbide tip and all that stuff. This is from Black Scout Survival. And there's that. And that's pretty much all I keep in that little kit. Little area of the bag, at least. Alright guys, so we went over the communications part of the bag, the radio and the notebook and stuff. So let's get into this quick easy pouch here, which I have just on the side here. And what you'll see here is just a zipper pull. This little tab here, you can run this through this like that. So just not anybody could just walk by and yank this down and get what's inside. Although what's inside here, a lot of people wouldn't really have much use for on a daily basis. Survival situation, this thing would be glued to me. I mean, this is a lot of good gear in here. A lot of people are going to want what you have in a survival situation, especially if it's not you just having to walk home because your car broke down or something like that. If it's a STHF situation, you have to be aware of every single body and be cautious of who you let know what you have and stuff like that, and just be very gray man. But anyway, and that does not mean get gray clothes. That's just a whole different thing. But let's just get into what I have off the top. So I tried to make this little thing area here just quick, easy stuff that I might need. So a bandana. There's so many different things. You can filter water that you use with this. You could wipe sweat. Use it for a mask. Just a tourniquet. A stop bleed. Just all kinds of uses for a bandana, guys. So I just keep that real quick and easy. Boom. The other thing I have up in here is just some quick gauze, just easy stuff. I mean, one of the most annoying things in the world is maybe a cut hand. You grab something, you cut it. So just real quick, I don't have to go digging through anything. It's just boom, bang, gauze. And then to take it a step further, I wanted my personal trauma kit, which is always in my EDC backpack, quick to easy to get to, and that's what this is. And it's real thin because it goes in my EDC backpack, and I just keep it inside here. And let's go ahead and get into this thing real quick. So this is just a little pouch I found on Amazon. I'm not even sure what it is, but you pull this tab down like that, okay, and I just open this thing up here, and it's going to have some trauma kit stuff in there. So you got your North American Rescue trauma dressing. Then you're going to have some chest seals from Hyphen Chest Seals, you know, exit and enter wound. Then you're going to just have some gauze and a rat's tourniquet, which is super easy to use on yourself. So that's why I prefer to have this. So this is my main tourniquet. And if there was a situation, I would probably put this at a little bit quicker access. I might even get a tourniquet holder to put up on the strap. Or I might even just put this on my belt or just in my pocket even. But I have other tourniquets as well. So we'll get into that in a second. But that's just my quick real stuff I would want to get to quickly as far as medical goes. And then a whistle is in here. But like I said before, there's actually a whistle on the strap. So this is just a redundancy item. You don't really need a whistle for much unless you're like floating downstream or something. But hey, whatever. It doesn't take up room. It's lightweight. So that is, ooh, I just punched myself in the face. That is that pocket. And let's get into the next pocket up here, which is going to be ammunition. One thing I forgot to mention is that on the outside of the bag, I keep a good fixed blade knife, another good fixed blade. This is just your small little wolf pup. This is from Tops Knives, and it's just in a Kydex sheath, and I just stuffed that right inside there. That's more like a self-defense thing. That knife probably, you know, it's not really meant to hurt someone. It's just kind of meant to take them out of commission for will have you. Now over here in this pouch is more like the survival items kind of pouch, directions and things like that. So definitely have local maps and a statewide map. The cool thing about these maps, I need to laminate them. This is a Philadelphia map. This is obviously Philadelphia. Well, some of you may not know that, but this is Philadelphia, and this is a statewide. These are old maps from the 60s, so there's a lot of roads and stuff that people won't know about, back roads and stuff like that. You kind of want to stay off the main roads. And this is more like a STHF kind of thing. But, you know, if it was just a regular whatever, having a map, your GPS may work, may not work on your phones. You can't rely on your devices on your phone. If you don't know how to read a map, I'm going to do a video on that soon, showing how to read a map and a compass. So there's that. And then I just keep some directions for medical stuff. Not for me. You should train yourself on how to use medical items and trauma kit gear. But, you know, in case I'm hurt and somebody doesn't know, I can give them some quick answers just, you know, by doing that. Doesn't hurt to have it in there. So maps. Also, a couple of chem lights. You know, doesn't hurt to have these, you know, even just for a distraction scenario. You know, somebody's an active shooter or running around or something like that. Maybe you can tear these and throw it, and, you know, maybe that's what they're focused on. You run the other way or something like that. Or, you know, just use it for light. So, chem lights, not bad to have around. Here's a little compass up here. And that will actually just, I'll click that on my watch because that's what that's for. And that's the little Sun 2 clipper. All right, and that's just going to go right here. If I can get it on there. Alright, so there's the Sun 2 clipper on the watch, and that's generally where I would go with it. So anyway, speaking of watches, it wouldn't hurt to have a good watch on you, EDC item, but always have a G-Shock or a Seiko. This is the G-Shock Atomic Solar Watch. It's the original design from the 80s, and I just love it. Good watch. And as you'll see, I don't have a bunch of pens and silly stuff like that all around here. I just keep a little buck knife right here just in case. This is mainly just a redundancy item. It's not really for any use. Maybe you could pick a splinter out with it or something, or a real bad splinter. Over here I just have magnesium and you could just shave the magnesium off there and start a fire. So not bad to have. It's not my fire kit, but it's not bad to have that in there. And in this pouch up on this front area right here, all right, I'm gonna keep a lot of stuff like, all right, so gloves, not really for a trauma situation, but if you had the time, whip out a pair of gloves, not a bad thing to have. But this is more or less just if there's dirty areas, you know, you need to go, and just for if you need gloves. 2 N95 masks. These are for, you know, airborne, a lot of dust and airborne stuff like that. It's not really going to save you from a chemical warfare like mustard gas or anything like that, or like something, but for like smoke and stuff like that, these are really good to have. And then just toilet paper and toilet wipes, like Lysol wipes, and those are just simple stuff you can keep. They don't do anything, but if you had to stay overnight somewhere, maybe you were walking and just things just got too bad, you're trying to get home. You're a few days away from home now at this point, and maybe you have to stay into where you're going. The location is too far, and you have to do an overnight. Just some of these things aren't going to hurt to have. So obviously, having good quality EDC items is an important thing for what's going to be in your get home bag or your 72-hour bag or whatever. So I keep the Glock 43 in a QVO holster is normally what I'm carrying. It's a 9mm. It's light, it's small, it's concealed very easily, and it's just my preferred everyday carry firearm. So there's that. This is not a bug out situational thing where you would need an AR-15 and extra magazines and a Glock 19 and other things like that. This is just a concealed carry thing that I have all the time. If I don't even want it on my person, I'll show you another option for it. If you're one of the type of people that don't really like to carry a gun, but maybe you want to have one just in case, and I have an option for you as well. So, but anyway, to complement the firearm, up top here in the mag pouch, if you unzip this, and the cool feature about this is if you see these little loops here, you can run a lock through them and lock this up if you need to. So if it's in the car just hanging out, you can lock that up so nobody can go and get sticky fingers. So in here I keep 4 Glock 43 magazines. These are the Taran Tactical +1, or this is a +2 actually, I'm sorry. So that's going to give me 8 rounds. The factory it has 6. So, you know, this is an 8-round magazine. And then I have one here that's a 7-round, another 7-round. And then this is just your factory Glock mag. And the ammunition that I have is the Hornady Critical Duty 135 grain flex locks. That's my preferred ammunition of choice. They're lightweight. They're real, you know, they're not super lightweight, but they're very easy to aim. Sorry, I keep losing focus here. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but anyway. Inside here also I just keep my key bar. What use is it as to where I'm going. I can't get in to where I'm going. And then here's another quick access item, just a tourniquet, but I might just throw this in my pocket. So there's that. And this is a SWAT T tourniquet. You can also double this up as a compression bandage, and you can use this to signal if you wanted to. So the SWAT T, awesome. And that's pretty much it for this area of the backpack. And there's some band-aids and tinfoil for lighting fires and stuff like that. Just quick, easy, stupid stuff. But that's it for that pouch. One thing that's also really cool is if you look down in there, you'll see my Glock 43 in a holster and the magazine. So you can actually just, if you had been carrying a Glock 19, you can actually just use this for a backup in there if you wanted to. Along with all that other stuff, that might be a little bit difficult, but I can show you another option for this in case you wanted to use this other method of deploying your firearm. This wouldn't be my personal favorite use of this, but to each is their own. So what you could do is if you're carrying this backpack, you could go around and you could grab it from here. You could even make this a little longer if you want, or some kind of a grip handle on it. And you could swing this bag around to the front of you, unzip this, throw your hand in there, and deploy your firearm very easily. So that is an option if you wanted to do that. This bag is so capable of so many different things. That's why I like it. And you can, like I said, you can have a ballistic plate inside here, and you can essentially put it in front of you and have a, bulletproof vest protecting your vitals. And that's another option if you want to do that. I don't have a ballistic plate in there right now, but I do plan on getting a soft shell. So let's get into the main chunk of this backpack, and I'll show you guys some of the meaty stuff. So before I get into the bigger part of the backpack, I just wanted to show you the quick zipper access point area here. This is, you could put any number of things inside here. You could put a ballistic plate in here. You could put a soft armor shell in there to make this bulletproof. And but I just keep some things in there. You can actually keep your firearm in here too. I'll show you that in a second. So I just keep a wool hat in there because even in the summertime it gets cool. Even in the Philly, city region here in the summertime, this is an Under Armour hat, and also not bad for if you're trying to, do some surveillance or recon work or something like that, and you don't want to be seen. Also, I keep in here a Shemagh. This is a great item for, if it's just burning hot sun. It is summertime here. You could just cover your whole top end with this and you'd be good. Or you can, walk through the woods with this and have a little bit of camouflage. It also helps really well for keeping yourself cool, your head heat off you, and it's just a great thing to have in your backpack in general. Going inside here, you're going to see my gloves. So these are my preferred gloves. These are the Under Armour batting gloves. The good thing about these is, so these are the Under Armour batting gloves. These are my preferred use of gloves. I know a lot of guys like to carry mechanics gloves and big chunky gloves. These are nice, tight leather gloves. Baseball players and football players use them all year long. They have no problems. So I would have no problem using them. You can grab a knife easily with them, still do whatever you got to do with a knife. As far as that goes, you can still deploy a pocket knife very easily, and you can still grab the hold of your firearm. It is cleared for safety, and you can still, have good purchase on your firearm and get your finger in there nicely, and do what you got to do. So I prefer the use of batting gloves over pretty much anything. Now, if I'm working, I'm doing some kind of hard work on a car or something, yeah, then mechanics gloves or like chopping down a tree, then I'm probably gonna need something heavy duty. For an urban city environment, survival situation, get home situation, these are the gloves I prefer to use. We just get down here for this part. This is the good part. This is some of the stuff you're gonna have to pay attention to. Actually, I kind of forgot about this area. But up here, I would probably just keep this light here. I just kind of stuffed it in there, but the light I would keep here, and my Sawyer water filter that's in this pouch for now, but I'm going to end up putting it up in this one. So that's what you could do with that. Let's just get into this back part. So in the back part here, you're going to see a big giant safety emergency blanket. This is a good one, guys. This is not a cheapy space blanket that you're gonna find like some of these real cheap, the small ones. This one you can use. You can make shelter out of this. You could do a bunch of different things with this. So not bad to have. You can see it gives you little examples, and obviously you can cover yourself up with it too, and you don't have to worry about anything like that. So there's a bunch of different uses for having a bigger blanket like this that's high quality and just a lot better. So like I said, this is not cheap gear that you're going to find at Walmart. This is good quality stuff. And also in the back here, you're going to see the Sawyer filter system. So you can fill this bag up with water and attach this filter little mini flow to it. I mean, you could just get water out of a creek or something like that, attach it to the, or from the bottle, attach it to the bottle, which is here, or you could just use that bag and have fresh drinking water. Guys, you can't go more than 3 days without water. Very important. Water, fire, and air, and you know, being able to breathe. So next up here, and you'll see a hat. I just keep this just to keep the sun out of your face and stuff like that. So a hat goes on there, in there. Next, a good pair of wool socks. Just in case your feet get wet, that can get really annoying. And it's good to have a good pair of socks around. And that's pretty much it for that pouch. Now this is a redundancy item. You saw my personal first aid kit. This is a full-blown trauma kit. Guys, so like I mentioned, this is a kit you get from North American Rescue. Skinny Medic has these on his website. They have the anti-cooling thing where they can't pick it up on the infrared radars and stuff. So like I said, up front here, you're going to just see two Generation 2 cat tourniquets. I'm sorry, Generation 7 cat tourniquets. The real ones that spend good money on a tourniquet. Don't think you're getting a cat tourniquet for 12 bucks on Amazon or 15 bucks. These things are about $30, $25. Sometimes there's sales on them. Any less than 25 bucks for a Gen 7 cat tourniquet, you're getting a fake. And it's just not going to do the same thing. It's not going to do anything, actually. And then on the back here, you'll just see some trauma shears. And those are from Madison Supply. Not bad. Really nice trauma scissors. Need to get the new ones from Skinny Medic, though. So if you go on Medical Gear Outfitters and check out Skinny Medic, and he'll hook you up. Inside here, you're going to see all different trauma items. You got your chest seals. Alright, then you're going to have a bunch of gauze, triangle bandages, Israeli bandage here, your nasal passage thing with the lube. I have the lube taped on the back, and then obviously, you know, band-aids and stuff like that, a Sharpie marker for the timestamps on a tourniquet, and also compression gauze, just and this is all a lot of trauma kit items, and then you have your splinter stuff, and then just band-aids for bleeding fingers and stuff like that. It doesn't hurt to have. But, you know, like I said, this is the kit that I would bring for just, you know, it would be in a bag, but like my quick access one is obviously here, and that's for me personally, but this is the one where I would need, you know, if just things got real bad. I mean, you know, you're looking at like a sliced artery in the arm, or, you know, a laceration to the leg, or a bad gunshot to the chest, or something like that. So it is not done yet. I need training for a compression needle to use that, and then I'll store one in there. But that is my trauma kit. Alright guys, so next up is going to be my toolkit. So inside here is going to be a lot of the stuff you would need as far as like tools go, entry tools, and just a minor boo-boo kit, and some other things like that that we're going to talk about here. So you'll see a multi-tool, alright, which is obviously a Leatherman. You got some pens. This wouldn't be in here. This is a Tide to Go pen, but that's more of an EDC item, but I just have that there. I didn't take it out. But in the back here is my fire kit. So you're going to see a lighter, and I taped the lighter there so it won't release the gas. Then you just got some tin foil to light fire on wet ground, and cotton balls mixed in Vaseline, and just a little fire kit. Obviously a Bic lighter and some paper can do the trick, but if you don't have those things, a redundancy to make fire is very important to keep yourself warm, whatever the case may be. Then I have another lighter here, and this one has about 12 feet of Gorilla Tape wrapped around it. Again, having tape, it's never a bad thing. You can do multiple things with tape, so you know, having that is real important. So these are my just the entry tools. If I need to get into somewhere, not promoting any breaking in an entry or anything like that, but in a survival situation, you might need to get into somewhere, so these could come in handy. So I keep some crowbars in there. Sunblock, these are luxury items I probably wouldn't keep in there. Maybe the sunblock, it's important, you don't want to get burnt, but whatever. You know, I have hats for that. So these two are just kind of left in there from EDC stuff. But over here you got some warded lock keys to open up some padlocks and warded locks. And then a lock pick set, which the other one went flying somewhere. And these are the Brogada here it is. Stainless steel, titanium lockpicks, very good, high quality, and you get them from Black Scout Survivor, and I also keep a pair of lockpicks in my wallet too for EDC. So now I have my multi-tool that I would use. This is the Leatherman Wingman. It's not my go-to multi-tool, but it's the one I would probably have on me if I wasn't with my main Leatherman, which maybe this was at home. A lot of times I don't carry this around. This is a tool I use for work usually. It has another O-light on there and stuff like that, and this is just a Leatherman Surge. So, but either way, you know, it's important to have a Leatherman. You could do so many things with a Leatherman. Without it, you're kind of being left out of a loop. And then I just have another redundancy pair of pliers, just in case. Right here, I keep a fixed blade knife. This is the CRKT Minimalist. This is just a neck knife, and it's real small and tiny. Again, another redundancy item of a knife. Other methods for, like I said, this is an urban city thing, so maybe there's no creeks around, maybe there's a lot of city buildings around. Maybe you need water, you don't know how to get the water. There's all these buildings have these they don't have regular turning faucets. They're going to have these. This is a sill lock key. This will open up most pretty much all industrial buildings' water supply on the outside of the building. So a sill lock key, very, very, very handy to have. And just guys, got to get one of them. Got to get one of those in your back for sure. These are my cable. Oh, nice little thunders. Anyway, this is a cable for my phones and my chargers, and it'll even work on the radio there. Then I have more charging cables and, you know, stuff for the O-lights and chargers for the O-lights and the flashlights. And then I didn't have that in there, but this usually will go in there, and this is my backup power supply. This thing will charge your devices up for you. This is an Anchor. Guys, don't even waste any time shopping around. Get an Anchor. They're the best. Alright, and this is, by the way, this is an Anchor cord too, by the way. A really good cord. So, over here, you'll see some super glue and a crescent wrench, and then the multi-tool, more glue here. Inside this pocket back here, just some clean tally toilet wipes, some extra batteries, rubber band, more rubber bands back in there. Over on this side, you're going to see some backup batteries for the O-lights. One thing I will say about the O-lights that I have, like the big one that you saw in the beginning of the video on the shoulder strap, and then this one here, which is the S1 Baton Mini. They come with these, you know, the special batteries that if it was a STHF situation, not everybody's going to have these in their household, so it's up to you if you're going to want to use these, which are eventually, if your Anchor's nowhere to charge, the grid's down, it might be best to have a AAA flashlight, because everybody has AAA batteries everywhere. So not everybody's going to have a CR123 battery laying around. So, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. I'm looking into getting a good AAA flashlight. Now back here, in this little zipper pouch area, I just keep a little boo-boo kit. And this is an EDC backpack thing for my backpack. And this is the VanQuest EDC M Huge. And this is stuff like Band-Aids, Neosporin, ointment, rubbing alcohols, and stuff like that, the clean cuts and moleskin and things like that. So those are more boo-boo items, more stuff like that that's going to keep you nice and clean. And these are some keys for stuff that I don't have anymore, actually, so let's get rid of those. Okay guys, so one of the last things I keep in my backpack here is food. You can't go long without food. Actually, you really ain't gonna get far without it. So I keep these SOS emergency food rations in here. I'm not sure how many of these bars are in there, but they're like 3,500 calories, one bar. You can survive for 3 days with one of these bars. So, you know, that's why I said this pack is going to get you pretty damn far if you know how to use your tools properly, you know how to scavenge properly, you know how to stay out of harm's way the proper way. You could get yourself out of a bad situation with this equipment, guys. I mean, so... And then only other thing else I keep in there is just some extra cotton balls mixed in Vaseline. Just easy, my preferred method of making fire. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys, for this backpack. I mean, that's everything. And we'll do an overview, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, guys, so like I said, this is about it for this video. You can have all the gear in the world, and, you know, none of it's really going to mean a damn if you don't have the training and knowledge on how to use it. So get out there, try your gear, watch a lot of videos, try to figure out what works best for you and your environment, and go from there. Now, one thing I do want to mention is without a good quality EDC setup, like a lot of these things here that you're looking at, I keep on me on a daily basis anyway. Like this whole pack, this whole kit right here. That kit there, my firearm, you know, a good watch, guys, a good pocket knife, good food that's going to get you, you know, even if you're just a 45 minutes away from home, you know, high protein stuff, stuff that's going to get you high in calories, high protein intake stuff is what's going to help you out. You know what I mean? These Clif Bars are great. Peanuts are obviously the greatest thing for that. And those are things that I keep in my EDC bag on a daily basis, you know, as far as, you know, like, you know, quality stuff. I always keep a Hank and stuff like that on me, and, you know, a good little EDC kit, a good trauma kit, a nice, decent firearm. Like, spend good money on this stuff, guys. Don't half-ass it and go to Walmart and think that you're ready for the apocalypse, because that stuff isn't going to really work. One thing also I do want to mention is get yourself a good quality belt, even if you're a concealed firearm, or, you know, whatever. These are 511 tactical belts. This is my duty belt here, and this other one's just an EDC belt. Other than that, you know, the other belt that I use is a Travex cinch belt. A good quality American-made product. It cinches up real nice, and it'll carry all your gear for you. You know, cheap, rubbery, fake leather belts like this one here from Express. These belts aren't going to be worth a damn. They ain't going to help you out. So get yourself a good quality belt. This is one shot. It's got the Cobra buckle, you know, so get yourself a good quality belt, guys, to hold up all your gear. And you know, it's important to have a good quality EDC to begin with, a good watch. It's gonna, you know, last for a long time, and stuff like that, guys. So that's pretty much it, and we'll wrap this up in just a second. Alright, guys, so like I said, that was a lot of information to go over, I know, and it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you know, I'm never going to need any of that stuff. But you don't know that. I mean, if you look back at like Katrina and stuff like that, a lot of those people died because they didn't have the proper gear. They didn't know what to do. They couldn't eat. They couldn't drink. You can only go so long without water and food. You know what I mean? And you can't rely on fire and EMS and the police to get you out of a bad situation when things go bad. And now this doesn't mean that, Mike, I'm not a prepper. I wouldn't consider myself a prepper by any means. I don't have food caches. It's stored away in my apartment. I'm just a guy, a regular guy. I go to work every day just like everybody else. I just like to give myself the advantage. I don't want to be at a disadvantage at all. So having the right gear, the right tools, the right knowledge, you're putting yourself at a huge advantage. A lot of people don't think of these kind of things. So you know, like I said, my whole thing about it is if I'm going more than a 3-hour walk from my house, maybe it's well, I'd say a day. If I know it's going to take me 1 day to get home walking, then I'm bringing my survival bag like this, fully loaded out, just like you've seen. Just a couple hours walk, my EDC bag will get me home just fine. I carry, like, it's important to carry good, reliable equipment on a daily basis, and then it's also very important to make sure you have the proper stuff in case it needs to stretch out farther than that. And like I said, if if I, on a daily basis, this is what's in my car. This is just a messenger bag. This is what just stores the stuff in my car on a daily basis. I'm not going to leave several $100s worth of survival gear in my car every single day, you know, when I go work every day. It's just, there's no point for me to do that. So I just kind of leave like the trauma kit in here. I'll do a video on EDC. I did an EDC video car if you want to see that, but I got to do an updated one because I've changed a lot of things around. So this is not bug out bag stuff. This is not, oh my God, we got to get out of town for a month or two because, you know, a hurricane wiped the grid off or something. Like, look at all these people in Puerto Rico, and think of things like that huge hurricane in Dallas and Katrina, like things like that, Sandy, all these things. This is what you would need to survive. If you don't have this, you're going to have a really tough time, and you can't rely on, you know, the government or anything else like that. You know, if there was some kind of natural disaster, if there was some kind of a terroristic attack, you know, it takes weeks for the National Guard to come out and deploy some kind of a rescue effort. So you're gonna have to survive on your own, and you got to be prepared for that. And it's very important. If you have children, I'm gonna do another video that's specifically based on backpacks for kids. And how to set that all up for each one of your kids should have a get-home bag. Each one of your kids should have a bug-out bag. I know some of you are like, this is ridiculous. None of that's ever going to happen. Maybe not, but when it does, you're going to thank me if it does, not when. So I don't know if it's going to or not. I'm just saying. But, guys, like I said, it's important. You know, I'm just a regular dude. I don't really consider myself a prepper, but I'm not going to be at a disadvantage. You see stupid stuff on the news every year where some kind of a hurricane wiped out an entire freaking city and just people are dying, getting sick because they just don't have the right proper gear and knowledge and tools to keep themselves alive. So that is going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and everything that I had to say in this. If you like more videos like this, please leave comments. Let me know. Give me some feedback. Other ideas are much appreciated. Like, share, subscribe. Please subscribe. I get a lot of views on these videos like this. Everybody subscribe. I'm going to do videos on how to plug a radiator, how to plug tires, how to do different survival stuff. Is coming up this winter and this off season of fall that's coming up soon. So I got tons of videos, guys, and this is the first edited video, so I hope you guys enjoy the new style of videos that I'm doing, and I'm really excited to bring this to you. And Hard City out. Peace. What's going on, everybody? My name is Will. Welcome to Hard City Raindrops. We're back. We're back. Guys, I always keep a get-home bag in my car or close by, just in case, you know, things just go bad. You never really know. And this video is generally going to be about, not generally, this is exactly what it's going to. Why can't I do this today? Why can't I do it?